How's everybody doing this beautiful day or evening or night, wherever you are? I just wanted to come on and show this little rechargeable e-file that I found a little while ago on Amazon. I have one that I use or have used, still use for the last I think like 4 years. But just decided one night to kind of scroll through Amazon and just see if there was anything new or cool in the e-files, and stumbled across this one. And at the time it was only $20, and so I'm like, what, a rechargeable e-file for $20? So I hurried and bought it, and I've used it quite a few times, but I put it on my community tab because I was going to go link it for somebody and saw that it was actually on sale now for $10. And so this e-file is worth every penny of the regular asking price, which I think it was like $50 or $60 normally. But I thought I got a screaming ass deal at $20 when I finally got it and then opened it up and looked at it and all of that. So it's a super screaming deal for $10. So I just kind of wanted to show it so that you can see, like, if you're looking for a new e-file or anything, $10, you cannot beat the price of this. It is amazing quality e-file for $10. Like, I was blown away last night when I looked at it. I put everything back in here how it comes, just so you kind of get the idea of what it's gonna look like when you unbox it. So it comes with your little manual, which if you're new to e-files or anything, I highly suggest you read through the entire thing in whichever language you need to, because I want to say there's several languages in here, but just kind of gives an overview of basic functions of like the e-file and all of that. So that's what this is, and it actually is very detailed. So just go ahead and give that a little look through, read through if you do order this. I didn't need to because I've been using an e-file for years and years now, so I kind of knew what I was doing with it. But if you're just starting out, definitely read through these no matter what e-file you get or anything like that. But just so you are familiar with the one that you have. So here's the little, it comes with a carrying case, which I thought was awesome. But your hand piece, and then your power source, and then you get all the stuff back here too. So here's your hand piece right here. Beautiful. It's all metal. This, honestly, I had no friggin' clue what this was. I'd never seen one of these, but it's actually a dust cover. And then it also kind of doubles as like a little stand, so when you put it on your desk, it just kind of sits there. So it has these two little feet here, and it just sits really nicely wherever you put it. I don't use this. I find it kind of odd, but I mean, maybe eventually I'll use it. It does come off, so I mean, if it weirds you out, it does come with the little safety piece so that the tunnel doesn't get damaged. I keep it in there just because. But yeah, so beautiful, like all metal. It's weighted, so it feels really nice in your hand. It's got a very solid lock and unlock mechanism on it. So let's see if you guys can hear. So locked, unlocked, locked. So it clicks really nicely, so it feels sturdy. And then here, let me show my e-file. So sorry, mine's all dusty from using it, but I use the Lavenda, which I want these two companies, after looking at them, I'm wondering if like maybe they're like one is a sister company to the other. I'm not sure because they have a lot of very similar designs but different names. But so here's mine in comparison. This is the one I've used for about 4 years now and I absolutely love it. It is just a little, let me move this, just a little bit more slender than the Bell is, but it's nothing that's noticeable. This still feels very comfortable in your hand because you're not you know, you're not holding it up here, so you know the width of this doesn't really matter. You know, down here they're relatively, you know, the same size, which is why I really like this one because of how slender the handpiece is. But this is so nice. It was, like I said, such a great deal for $10. I mean, for $20, let alone for $10. Like, I cannot believe that. So I know as of last night, which was May 24 or 23rd, sorry, they were still in stock. I'll link this on this video, just so that you can go and snag one up. I actually got another white one and another black one, just so I can include them in like future giveaways and stuff. Just $10, you can't beat that. $10 for a $50 or $60 rechargeable efile is insane to me. You know, I don't know, I want to say like $50 or $60 is kind of that mid-range. This really feels like a higher quality efile to me. Let me put mine away. But so anyway, there's your hand piece. Set it over here, and then here's your power source right here, which is super cool little power source. It's got the brand logo on there. It's white. It's got your clip, so like if you're taking it on the go or you're more comfortable kind of having it strapped to like your apron or your pants, whatever. Nice sturdy clip. It's not gonna just fall off. I like how kind of compact this is. So, and then on the bottom you have, this is where your handpiece plugs in, and then a Type-C charging port. And then this end is actually your on and off and your left and right controls. So let's push this down to turn it on, and then there you go. So I've had this for a couple of weeks now and I've used it a few times, and it's still at 2 bars, which is what it came with when I took it out of the package. So, and then you push this and you go from left to right or forward or reverse, depending on, you know, what hand is your dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so right R would be forward for me and L would be reverse. And then if you're left-handed, L would be forward and R would be reverse. So, and then you just twist this little gold piece to turn your RPMs up. So it goes all at 35,000 RPMs, which honestly you would never need to use it this high, but for $10, I still can't believe it. And it's so quiet and so nice. There's like no vibration with this. Literally blown away by this, and super blown away now by the price. So let's see, I'm gonna turn it off and then plug everything in. So the other section, little zipper pouch on the carrying case, you get your cord, which this comes a lot nicer than what it is now because I've used this a couple of times. But so I want to say it's probably like gotta be 5 feet long, 4 feet long, somewhere in that. I'm terrible with measurements, so I could be way off, but I don't think I'm that far off. But so this is your cord for your handpiece to connect to your power source. So plug that in, and everything feels like nice and tight. Like there's nothing that's loose. It doesn't just pull right out. Very, very well made. It's got a brushless motor in it, which is really nice, and I think that's part of what makes it so quiet. Like, I can't, if you're comfortable using e-files or want to learn how to use e-files, $10 for this is, I mean, it's a screaming deal. So then you get your little charging cord, which I have like 20,000 of these, so I just left this in here. And I haven't needed to charge it, honestly. And then you also get, so this came with it. So you get your zebra sanding bands, you get cuticle bits, your mandrel, and then these sanding bands, which I want to say they look like a medium grit, but I'm pretty sure these are medium grit, but so that also comes in it. Like I said, I've used this, so these are in my drawer. So that's what comes in the little carrying case, and it's really nice. Like it's like a hard carrying case, so like you don't have to worry about stuff falling on it or damaging, because this is the most important piece of any hand file, or sorry, e-file. It's your hand piece. This is the main component. So if anything damages this, you drop it, like if you drop it on the nose of it, this one, it being only $10, I mean, it wouldn't be a huge deal, but I would still be bummed because of how nice this is. So this is the main component you want to treat it like a baby. You know, it will last you a long time if you take care of it. So let's turn it on so you guys can hear it. So on, we're gonna, unlocked, sorry. So there's 6 RPMs. There is hardly any sound. No e-file is completely silent. So there's like, so there's maximum speed, 35,000 RPMs, and it's so quiet. There is no vibration on this. So it's comfortable to work with. This is an amazing, I wish they had this quality when I was learning how to use e-files. Like right around, unless I'm removing, you know, like removing bulk or anything like that, I never ever go above 20,000 RPM. So that's the most noise you would hear with it, which is, I mean, it's so minute. But I have all this stuff out here because I'm going to do a little bit of cuticle prep just so you guys can see how it works. Like I said, I bought this myself. This is not like a review for the company. I just thought this was such an amazing deal that more people should know about it. So this clip kind of also acts as like a little stand for you to sit it on your desk if you want to use it on your desk, which is how I use it. So that's kind of cool also. So we'll do a little bit of cuticle prep. I have glove on this hand, no glove on this hand. So I recently smashed these 3 fingers in a drawer, so I'm giving this hand a break for a couple more days, but figured I'd just do something simple on this hand so you guys can see how it works. And there's like no lag, no bog on it. So like, what I mean by that is like when you're using it on your nail, it doesn't slow it down. Like if you put a little bit of pressure as you're pushing down, there's no bog. It doesn't go, you know, and slow down. It really is a great efile. I've been switching back and forth between this one and then my main one, just because of like it's a nice efile. So alright, so let me zoom, you guys. I'm going to turn this off for right now and zoom in and start my cuticle prep, because I'm going to go kind of in-depth, kind of detailed, super detailed. Take this bracelet off real quick. Super detailed cuticle prep, and I don't have, you can do this if you don't have an e-file. You can do this prep with just a hand file and like a buffer block. You don't have to have, you know, you would exclude this stuff and just have a hand file and a buffer block is all you need. So start on that. Let me zoom you guys in. So we'll get real fucking personal here. Or sorry, God, real effing personal here. So, and when I don't have nails on, I keep my natural nails very short. It's just more comfortable for me, kind of how I've always been. But so here's in their natural state. I have like some leftover product on some of them, which I'm not super kind of worried about or OCD about when I soak or file my nails off. So I usually always have some kind of product on my nails. This one I have some glitter on there because I was showing my daughter something. But so there they are in the natural state. You can see like my skin here on most of my nails, like right where my skin meets my nail, gets super dry, and that's why I have this fine round diamond cuticle bit out, because I use that after I do my my cuticle. I use my nippers, so I'll show you guys all of that. So what I do when I first start, and this is only if I'm not using like a soak off, or a peel off base. If I do a peel off base, I'll like nip my cuticles, but really that's it. I don't do anything else. This is if I'm gonna do a set that I want to stay on for, you know, extended period of time. Other than that, I don't do most of this. So I take my pusher right here, and it is cleaned, sanitized, and I just push the skin back. And I'm not doing this super hard, but see, like you can see all of this along here, and that all need to come off if I want my nails to last and not lift. So my first finger on this hand is my funky finger. My hyponychium grows really far out on this nail. Well, my ring finger kind of grows out a little further too, but and then my smile line on this finger, actually, let's see, you can see it starts way down, like right here on this side, and then on this side it actually starts right at this corner. So my nails kind of grow like this, but then so you can see, so I have this weird divot in my nail, and my nail actually grows down. So they're not ski sloped nails where they grow up like this. Just this finger grows, it grows like outward like this and then downwards. So this is my funky finger, and then my middle finger on this hand is my funky finger. I have like this kind of lump, or I don't know how to describe it right here, and so it makes my nail grow weird on this one, but I'll show it sometime. But so sorry, I get to talking and then lose my train of thought. And most of the time, because I do my nails so often, I don't have a lot of cuticle growth on my nail plate. But if I were to say go even a week, 2 weeks without doing any of this, my cuticle grows out on my nail probably 3 millimeters, so it probably covers this much of the bottom of my nail. Just on this finger, and then my middle finger on my other hand. Anyway, we're gonna push back our cuticles to expose all the stuff that needs to come off of our nail plates. So all of this white stuff we want to come off. So I'm just exposing it right now. I'm not trying to like dig at it with this. Your efile or your hand file will get that off of your nail plate. So don't go all hot and heavy with, you know, with your pusher and try and scrape everything off. We don't want to damage the skin around our nails or anything like that. So I know when I was first learning how to do nails, I would go ham with this thing and I'd be scraping at and I actually took a huge chunk out of this nail one time, scraping the crap out of it. And well, ever since then I've been a little more careful with this part of it. I'm not saying there's not times where I'm a little less cautious and don't screw myself up, but or I try my best not to do that. So I'm gonna push these cuticles back and expose all of that. So there's all this white stuff will need to be on the skin clipped and on the nail plate filed off. So let me I'll zoom in even more so that you guys can see. Sorry, my hand is shaking because of the way I'm holding it, but go ahead and get a focus. Well, there you get the idea. And I am someone who I get hang nails. So let's see if right now I don't have too many, but you can kind of see a couple here around my cuticle, there on my middle finger. I have a few. I try my best not to pick them off, but sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do, and then I make myself bleed because I'm not perfect, but whatever. My mom says I am, so that's all that matters. No, I'm kidding. So there's all this stuff that's been exposed and needs to come off. Alright, so next we're gonna zoom out just a little bit more. We're gonna take our efile. Oh, I forgot one bit. I'm gonna get a flame bit. So I'll use this little mini flame bit here. And it's just a rainbow flame bit. I do wish that on these rainbow ones, they would at least put the color mark on there so you know, or somebody that's just starting out knows, you know, it's fine, medium, coarse, because they do make cuticle bits in the different grits. So on your cuticle, on your nail plate, I really suggest not using anything coarser than fine grit. This one is a fine grit. I can tell by feeling it that it's fine grit. It's never been used, it's brand new. So we're gonna pop that in there. Unlock. There we go. Unlock it. We're gonna insert that into the shaft, the tunnel. There it is. We'll turn this on. And then, so for cuticle remover on my nail, or removing, I am gonna go about 15,000 RPMs because I am using a fine grit cuticle flame bit. This is a little mini flame bit, but so let's turn it on to 15,000 RPMs. And then, so what I do, so I'm gonna hold this nail facing me. So here, let me show on these ones first. So I start at the middle point of my nail, so right there at the cuticle. and then I go, so it would be from the middle to the left on each one of my nails. And then I'll flip this into left or reverse, and then I'll do from the midpoint to the left on each nail. So show you that. And then so I start, and I'm just moving in small sections. And remember to keep, you want to keep your bits kind of as flush with your nail as you can, or parallel with your nail as you can. You don't want to go at an angle like this, because then you're just taking that tip and you're literally drilling into your nail plate. So don't try and avoid that. If you're just starting out, please start on lower speeds. Start at like 5, see how it feels, and then work up from there on all of, you know, your application or your little speeds. So don't just go in at the speeds I'm working up, because I've been doing this for a long time. So it took me a while to work up to these speeds. So like I said, if you're just learning out, please start out at lower speeds, just so you don't hurt yourself. Anyway, so let me see if I can get kind of a side view. So I'm going here, just in small, and then once I get to my sidewall, right in here, I hold this like this, and I go back and forth like this. So kind of hard for me to get a good view, but so I go like this and then back and forth. So I'm not going in with the tip and trying to do that. I take the body of the bit and I go back and forth. So there's my thumb, and then you can see, so let's see if you can see how far under I'm going. Each time I go, I can go just a little bit further. I'm not going to where it's even uncomfortable. So, and then you can kind of lift that up and go, right? So there's that one. Do first finger starting at that midpoint and just working in small sections. You do go over a couple of times. And then there's, so you see all that stuff is all stuff that needed to come up off of the natural, off the nail plate, so. All of our fingers. I hope you guys like long videos. I tend to kind of jab a lot, talk a lot, so my videos are always going to be longer videos. Hopefully that's not bothering anybody. And hopefully you like chitty chatty videos, because I'm definitely a talker. So there's that. I'm going to switch it to left, which would be reverse for me. And now I'm going to go from that center point to my right. So let's get back. And for the most part, I kind of try and go 3 times. I'll go, you know, 1, and then back 2, and then 3. So, and then if I can kind of feel where there's still a little bit of that cuticle growth on my nail plate, I'll kind of just go back just in that spot. I don't ever try and hold it, or I try not to ever hold it in one spot, because you will drill into your nail plate. I did do nails I'll never forget it because she had went to a salon. I'm not sure what salon she had gone to. This was years ago. And actually had found me and came to me, and they had absolutely annihilated her natural nail plate with cuticle work. Like her nails were peeling from back here, and it was, yeah, like I said, I'll never forget it. Then my thumbs, and let me zoom in. I'm gonna just turn that all the way down for right now. So I do have like divots or like natural lines that grow on my nails, so you can kind of see them here. They grow just lines. I have them on my middle finger also. So sometimes when I am filing my nails or anything like that, it looks like I've created these huge divots in my nails, but it's the lines that grow in my nail. I've honestly never kind of looked into why. They've always grown like that. There you go. You get a good view there. So just another thing that with my nails, I'm not sure if it's, never really paid attention to see if other people's nails grow like that. I'm gonna switch my bit out and go, with my nippers, and we're gonna nip our cuticles. So, the best way for me to describe this is, so I have my favorite nippers. I do use sometimes cuticle little scissors. They're not my favorite thing to use. I way prefer like actual nippers, just more comfortable for me. But I do use ones that have the upward angle, the blades aren't straight down. Not sure why I prefer them, just what I do. But so I'll start at this kind of outside wall of my nail, and I'll take this outside blade right here, this blade, and I'll take that blade, and hopefully I'm getting a good view. I take that blade and I push. So see when I push down on that, how it pops that cuticle, it pops it up. So that's what we want to nip off. All right. So we're gonna do that all the way around. And remember, we're holding these when we go around this flush with the nail, so parallel with the nail plate like this. Or I'm not using this back edge and nipping with the tip like up in the air. I'm using that tip to push down on that and pop that cuticle up, and then I clip and I kind of brush it so I can see it, and then same push. And I know some people are like, oh, you need to get the cuticle all in one piece and blah blah blah. Sometimes I'm able to get it in one piece and sometimes I'm not. It's not to me, and all of this is just what I do, my opinion. Not saying anybody's right or wrong. To me, that does not matter if you get it in one piece or not. So I'll finish this because this is hurting my hand to hold it like this. And then, so when I get to this side wall, I have to hold my nippers kind of in my palm differently. So when I'm going, I have the overhand view on this, and then underhand when I'm doing this side wall, because I'm able to get that same angle. So, and then I use this edge of my nipper to do that push. So I push it down and pop that cuticle up. Oh, there we go. I only had a little bit on that one. trying to, let me raise my chair up. Go at it this way. So first finger, I have that overhand grip on my nippers. And I'm gonna start out here because my skin gets, and I'm gonna use that blade and push down and clip. We're only clipping dead skin. We're not clipping live tissue. So some of my cuticles. Then when I get to this sidewall, I go underhand just because it gives a better angle. Sorry. And then I use this outside blade to push down and clip. Push down and clip. Not much on this one. And then overhand. Start at that edge, push down. And I've just noticed like there aren't a lot of people that show like their cuticle actual like clipping, nipping, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they're just not comfortable with it or don't want to show people, don't want to maybe show them. I cut myself all the time, if I'm being honest. I mean, sometimes it happens. I really try not to do that, but sometimes I get a little carried away. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, of course, do all of this at your own risk. I'm not saying, again, this is the proper way to do it, the right, you know, you don't have to do it like this. If something else works for you, that's amazing. Let me know. I like trying the way other people do things, see if it makes things easier for me. So I think that's all I'm hoping to do, is maybe make things a little bit more easy for somebody else. Anyway, so I still have the overhand grip on my nippers, and taking that edge and pushing and exposing, kind of popping that up, and then switch to my underhand grip to get this sidewall here if I need to. Yeah. Sorry, I had to pull it closer to me. Pushing down with the tip and then clipping. So overhand, I probably don't have to say it every time, but, and then pushing. So see, that's a good, so you see how all of that popped up, and if I let it go, it kind of curves back down under. But if I take that blade and just push down, that needs to be clipped off. So taking the edge, and maybe I will let my cuticles grow out for a couple of weeks just so you can really see. Like, my cuticles get very bad sometimes, so, and it's alright, it's not gross, it's just, you know, part of us. So taking that edge again, right on the cuticle, pushing down, and just clipping. Like right now I don't have enough cuticle to, you know, get it all off in one piece. So there's that. That's all I'm gonna do now with that. Now I'm gonna pop those in my barbicide and sterilize them, because yes, I sterilize all of my equipment, even though I'm just using it on myself. It's good habits. Just in case, like, one of my kids uses this or my husband uses it, and they, you know, they will always put stuff back on my desk, or any, like my nail clippers, any of that, and then I'll just pop it, sanitize it. Just a good habit to have. So barbicide jar. Just got a couple of things in here that I need to sterilize with these, and then my bits will go in there because I'm done with these. I don't need these anymore. And now what I'm gonna do is take my diamond cuticle bit, fine grit, put it in my efile. And for this, I'm gonna kind of go between like 12 to 15, you can go 17. Kind of just depends on how your skin feels. I love this part. It exfoliates your cuticles, and like with me, with my hangnails, it helps get them off so that they don't peel back as badly. So I'm gonna go probably 15,000 RPMs with this too. So listen how quiet that is. That's quiet. So let me, for example, let me turn this all the way down. Sorry I keep going back and forth, but I just want to show you. So here's my lavender, and I'm going to turn this on at 15,000. So I guess this one's really quiet. But oh, we got an error code on there. Oh no! Now I might have to start using this one all the time, which is not a huge deal, but oh, here we go. So that's at 15,000 RPM. So I guess this one is a little more quiet than this one, but it's not drastic or anything like that. They're both, this one is 4 years old, or close to 4 years old. Just for $10, you really cannot beat this. So anyway, let me get back to business here. I'll go 15,000 RPMs, and I guess I'll zoom back in so I can show you guys what I do here. So like I said before, my skin, so you can see it here, where it meets the side wall of my nails, gets super dry. Usually like all the way down into right here is really dry and it gets hard. So there you can kind of see that one a little bit better. All this skin gets really dry. So I'm going to take this bit at 15,000 RPMs and I'm going to go over that. And I'm going to exfoliate all this around here. And it does also help, like if for some reason you know might have gone off a little bit with your nippers. It does, nipping can cause like small little cuts. It just helps kind of even all of that out. So I'll do a couple of these really zoomed in like this so you get the idea of what it does. And there's a good example of my first finger right there. See how dry that is? It's dry and then it gets really hard too. So I'm just gonna exfoliate that. And then once you get your lotion and your cuticle oil on, all of that is just like brand new. So here, now that I have you zoomed in, you see my hangnails here. I get them pretty good. Sometimes they're super bad, but I'm gonna go over them with this, and kind of depending on what way they are peeling, you can kind of, if you notice that it's kind of peeling this way, I would take this and just kind of go in that same direction and just try and kind of exfoliate it off of there, right? So, and all of this white stuff is just, I need to clean these, but that's all stuff that we've filed. And sometimes I pull my skin back and sometimes I don't. My cuticles, they are rough sometimes, but that's alright. I clean them up, I make them look all spiffy, so I'm just going around. I'm not doing it where it's uncomfortable or it hurts or anything like that. So take your time, do what feels right. You'll be able to feel it. You know, if it's uncomfortable, stop doing it. So, crap, of course. Right when I zoom out, I'm gonna zoom back in. I'm gonna make you guys have motion sickness. But here on my middle finger is a good example of. So here's some hangnails here. So I'm gonna go like this in the direction of where my skin is peeling, and I'm gonna, so let's see there, I'm just exfoliating that off in the same direction that it's peeling so that I can get it off of there. And that way I'm not ripping my skin off or anything like that. Alright, I'll zoom you back out now. So, do that. Just gonna get these corners here. And I do spend a lot of time on my cuticles. Just because I think it feels nice, and it's part of a good like manicure is good cuticle work. Oh. Anybody been doing anything fun the last few days? Watched any good true crime? And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna incorporate that here. I have a couple ideas. Just trying to get it worked out in my head exactly how to go about it. But that's why I named my channel what I named it, is because I am a big fanatic of true crime and obviously a big fanatic of nails. So makes sense, right? So then I'm gonna turn this all the way down once I got that all done. And then so here is, we're gonna pop this out and I'll do this because I am gonna do some nails on this hand, but I take and I put my small mandrel, or sorry, my small sanding band on my mandrel bit, and I never push it all the way down, and the only reason for that is because it's easier for me to pull off. Other than that, there's no reason that I do this. Just easier for me to pull, because some of these are super snug on here, so I've just found that it's easier for me to pull it off. And I don't pull it off until I take this out of my efile. I don't leave this in my efile and try to pull that off. So I'm going to take this as a fine grit from Kira Sky, which I have these from Temu, Amazon. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to turn this on because I'll be using this on my nail plate. So with this, I found you can go at 3,000 RPMs and it does amazing. My Lavenda, I usually go about 5 at the highest, 5,000 RPMs for my natural nail. Never ever go higher than that. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is take this first. I'm gonna season it so that I don't cut the shit out of myself, because I've done that more times than I'm gonna admit to. But seasoned it so that when you touch it, it's not cutting you. There's nothing sharp on it. Because the way I do this is I take, and again, we're staying parallel or flush with the nail. We're not going at any angle because then you're gonna start creating kind of those like hot lines. I forget what they're called, but the rings in your nails, hot rings, in your natural nail plate, and I don't want to do that. So you can see, I mean, I have none in my nails at all, just my natural lines, because that's how much. And you don't, when you're doing this, you don't push down either. You're literally kind of letting that sanding band float over your nail, if that makes sense. At least that's what I do anyway. So I'm gonna start at this sidewall, and I'm going in a C, kind of a C shape, starting at the sidewall, going around my cuticle. And this is gonna get anything that I might have missed on that cuticle, or sorry, the nail plate. So I'm gonna butt this up with my skin. It's right there, and I'm gonna go, oh sorry, I'm in reverse. Let me switch that to forward, or right, forward for me. And I'm butting that up with that skin around my nail plate, and just kind of touching down and letting the efile do its work. So there you can see where I've hit my natural nail plate all the way around. And then what I learned back when I first started doing nails is that with whether it's your hand file, e-file, any of that, you always go in one direction on your natural nail plate. That's just what I was taught or learned, so that's what I've always done. That's what I continue to do. So once I do around my cuticle, then I take and I start at this edge of my nail, and I go like this in one direction across my nail plate to get that shine off of there. I'm not going back and forth with this touching my nail. I'm going in one direction, so I'm going like this, picking it up, then back over here, this across my nail, picking it up. So one direction. They might teach things differently now. This is just, again, how I do it. So there's that nail done. And then, so see here, I have like a spot that's still kind of shiny. From my experience, that never matters. I'm not going to go back in and try and get that little spot, because then I'm going to dig into the natural, my nail plate, and I don't want to do that. So that nail is done for me. So here's my first finger. I'm going to take, this one's kind of awkward because I have to try and pull my skin. So I'm going to butt the edge of my sanding band up with this skin and just touch that down on my natural nail plate in a C shape. And that's it. That's all I'm doing around my cuticle. One direction across my nail plate. That nail's done. And now I'm going to move on to this one. I'm going to pull that skin, butt this up with my skin. And then one direction. And I'm not pushing down, I'm literally letting that, oh, see there? Oh, you got to see me do an accident. I kind of went poop down that way. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's not something that I want to try to do all the time. So these down here, you can see these little marks. That's just how my nail grows. So those are always there. So that's not me digging this into my nail plate. And if you have any questions or anything like that, any suggestions, please leave me a comment. I am always open, like I said, to learning what works for other people, or you know, what makes things easier for them. So there's that one done. And the way that I do things, I never have a problem with lifting. My nails last me until I do a fill. Sometimes I wait 5 weeks, sometimes I do it at 3 weeks, but I never have a problem with lifting. So like I said, this is just my process, what I do, what I found over the years works for me. I'm gonna butt that up to that skin, not on the skin, touching the skin in a C motion, or C shaped, backwards C shape, and then across the nail, and that's it. That's all I do. All of those nails are ready. Turn this off, take this out, lock that back up. We're gonna put all of this stuff over to be sanitized. This gets thrown away. So sanitizing these. Putting that over. I'm gonna put this away. And then, because this comes in a carrying case, I'm gonna unhook all of this and put it back in the case, just because I'm kind of OCD with my stuff, so I'll put this back in there. And I mean, this is super cool that it keeps it from kind of flying all over the place. And then if you have like your dust collector going or anything like that, it's just gonna suck the dust straight downwards and probably collect more. But it's odd for me, awkward almost for me, because I tend to hold my efile like right at the base of it. So this is kind of uncomfortable for me because it almost makes me want to hold on to this piece. So, but it is a very cool idea. And I might at some point get used to it, but I'll try it and see. Put all this stuff back in there. Crap, we're an hour already. Almost an hour. That away. And then now is when we will go in with like the dehydrator. And so these ones are 2 of my very favorites. I double bond, and I use for my dehydrator, I just use rubbing alcohol, which I have 91% rubbing alcohol in here. And so I'll get some on there, and then I use just a micro Q-tip. Get alcohol in there, go around, and then across, and around. This kind of just helps get all that junk off of there. Around. And then I want to take, swipe, I use this a lot, and just a manicure brush. Get some on there. Put it down because I tend to fling this crap everywhere. So got a little bit, I don't know if you can see the blue tinge on there. Then I go like this. I don't go like that. I go outwards because we're trying to get all of the dust and stuff off of our nails, not push it up in there. So I go again in one direction. My cuticle down. Try and get in there. Try and get in my side walls. All those little cracks and crevasses. Oh, look how nice that looks. No dust, no nothing. Going in one direction. And I wasn't taught, this is just what makes sense to me, because if you're brushing like this, it would seem to me that you're shoving stuff that way, because the bristles of this will get under. So like, let me see. So like they would get under there if you're going back and forth. So to me, this is just what makes sense. You go downwards to brush it off. And we're gonna let those dry off. So there they are, all dehydrated. I should have done the swipe first and then dehydrated, which so I'll go back over it with dehydrator rubbing alcohol. So actually no, I'm not going to. This is fine. So now those are, maybe I'll give them a minute. Alright, I'm gonna fan them off over here. Alright, so now I'm gonna double bond. I have the Gelish pH bond and Pro Bond, so I'm gonna use the pH bond first, and then I'm gonna go with the Pro Bond. Gelnails, of course, has an amazing one. My second pick, which just might sound weird to people, outside of these ones, is actually Mono Ones. This stuff is amazing. Sorry, excuse me. Sometimes I'll go in with one of these. I go back and forth if I'm not using them both, but I'll use one of these and then go in with this. This stuff is amazing. It's got grip like there's no tomorrow. So try it out if you want to. Let me know what you think of it, because I mean, it's good stuff. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's not good quality. That's the other thing that I found with doing nails all these years, is like some of my favorite products are quote unquote cheap brands, but they're amazing quality, and you still do gorgeous nails with cheap products. So I don't know, some girls when I was growing up had a problem. They had to have all the name brand stuff, and I'm not one of those people. I don't need name brand stuff. There's some stuff that I have found that works great that is name brand, like these Gelnails, you know, Kira Sky. There are things that I like from each brand, but for a majority of my stuff over the years, I've kind of switched from more expensive brands to the cheaper brands, because I mean, if I'm able to save money and still get nice quality products, why not? So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do the pH bond first, and I'm gonna kind of scrub this over my nail. Give that a minute to dry. I can put this away. Give it a minute. Looks dry. Go in with the Pro Bond, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scrub this into my nail plates. Just kind of going in all directions. And literally scrubbing it. You're trying not to like go all crazy all over your cuticle, you know, try and avoid your skin as much as possible, but yeah, this is my process, and kind of more in depth than a little video I posted with me doing the polygel. It's kind of more, I feel like, in depth, and so then now is when I would go in with whatever product I'm using, whether it be acrylic, polygel, or hard gel, and you know, do that application. But so very beautiful, nice clean cuticles. No hanging nails left. Really pretty prepped nails. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Let me know your tips and tricks if you have any, or things that make, you know, this process easier for you. Let me know of other people's like channels that I can check out. I'm always looking for new videos to watch. Any good true crime, let me know. I hope this helps somebody, makes it a little easier. And thank you guys again for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys liked this video, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.